You have won by choosing yourself. Hi, my name is Dr. Lilli. I do mindset and relationship coaching, and I help you heal from breakups and toxic relationship patterns. Learning the art of detachment and neutrality is super important. One, because just because the relationship ended doesn't mean it was a good thing, doesn't mean it was a bad thing. It just was. It just is. It doesn't mean that you're a better person or a worse person. It doesn't mean anything about your worth or your value, any of that. It just is. It's a thing that happened. Peace comes from you. Peace about the relationship and the relationship ending comes from you. Who cares what anybody else thinks? Honestly, most people aren't even thinking any of that. Most people don't even care. And if they do care, they're haters. Why do we care what the haters think? We don't. You're not a failure because you broke up. This idea kept me in an unhealthy relationship for too long. I thought that by leaving the relationship, I was a failure. I was wrong. And that is what kept me staying in a relationship that had become unhealthy. There was a lack of connection and a lack of love. Not on my end, but a lack of the expression of love. I was so convinced that this person was the right person for me, that we were gonna get married, like we were gonna have this whole life. And that is what kept me in this relationship, because I didn't want people. I was concerned about what other people thought, and I traded that concern for my own unhappiness because I didn't want them to think, oh, she was wrong. I didn't want them to see I was wrong about this person, that this relationship wasn't working out. And so I stayed in an unhealthy dynamic. I wanted to be perfect. I wanted to be right. I thought I had it all figured out, at the right age of 19, 20. But even though I was young, so many people experience this and think this at all different ages. But it doesn't make you a failure. And just because the relationship didn't work out doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. It doesn't mean that you are unworthy of love, or that you're not enough, or that because you are wrong, that makes you worth less. No, none of that is true. Don't let those beliefs keep you in a relationship that is not healthy for you. After I got broken up with, but we continued to stay friends, or to me, basically pretend like we're still in a relationship, but without the label, which I accepted for months. Once I truly decided that it was over, we had to let it go. The only people that really care about your life are the ones that love you and support you. And so of course they're not gonna think these things about you, or the people that really don't like you and they're somehow so obsessed with whatever's happening in your life. But either way, that's not your problem. And so you're not surrounding yourself with the haters. Even if you are and you find out that they're a hater, let them go. We don't need them. Thank you. Thank you for showing yourself. Thank you for showing me that you are not a supporter of me, and now I can let you go. And our people, our friends, our family, they're gonna be there for us. They're not gonna judge us. They have no idea oftentimes what's really happening in the relationship. They're probably even going to be proud of you. They probably want you to leave the relationship if it's been unhealthy and toxic, and they know about all those things. They're probably hoping that you finally see your worth, because you are worthy, and I know that they're trying to convince you that you are, but you have to see it and believe it for yourself, and stop thinking about the breakup as being a failure or anything about your worth, because the breakup sometimes is you showing yourself that you are worthy. That you are worthy of more than the treatment that you're tolerating. You are worthy of love. You have self-respect. You deserve more than what you're getting. Show yourself. Show yourself the worth that you have. Show yourself the love that you deserve. Practicing the art of detachment is so helpful for this too, to just being able to let go of the relationship. There's this story of a monkey, and I'm probably gonna tell you the story wrong, but basically the monkey is in a cage. He's got his fist through the slats and he's holding on to these treats, or this banana. We can call them treats. Let's call them treats, okay? And so he reached out there because he wanted these treats, and he wanted them so badly. They were so tasty. Think about it like breadcrumbs even. And he's reaching out, and he's trying to pull his hand back, and it gets stuck. And he's like, I really want this thing. I want this thing, but I can't get my hand back. And he's trying to pull and twist his arm, and like he's trying to get it back, but it's stuck on the outside. And so he's trapped. He's trapped, stuck there in the same position. until he lets go of the food, of the breadcrumbs. And then he's able to pull his hand back and he's free. And so sometimes we trap ourselves just like that monkey, and letting go is the freedom that we need. That story changed my life. I'm sure you can find it somewhere, but that story helped me so much in being able to let go and having acceptance and knowing that like letting go is the right thing. Letting go is necessary and important to heal and move on and choose what is best for me. And even though it was hard, I didn't do it right away. I didn't do it right after I heard that story, but eventually I did because I kept that story in mind, and I want you to keep my words in mind for you. Practicing detachment, letting go is the way that you have success. It's the way that you find yourself. It's the way that you find happiness and fulfillment, and everything you want is by finding yourself, being with yourself, being okay, because you can never leave you. So if you are attached to you, if you are attached to your own self-love and your own self-worth and your own self-respect and confidence, then you don't need to be attached to anything else. Then you can live life with detachment because you know that you will always be there for you. One of my mistakes with letting go was like trying to keep that door open, and I didn't do no contact, so I highly recommend that you do no contact. I have a free guide linked below. It's the No Contact Survival Guide, 7 Easy Steps to Stop Talking to Your Ex for Good, because that's what kept me holding on. That's what kept me around, and why my healing process was so much harder was because I didn't do no contact. I didn't have ways to regulate those emotions, or to stop me from reaching out, or to prevent them, that push-pull dynamic of them leaving and coming back. So I highly recommend you get that guide. I created the guide as something I wish I had in the past when I was going through all of the things, because it would have made it so much easier. That was a quick one for today. I hope you found it helpful. Please like, subscribe. You are worthy. You are lovable. You are the answer.